What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is James Laffer with the Impossible Channel. Welcome aboard. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Folks, there's a lot going on. I'm going to try to cover it all in one video, so hang on tight and, well, let's go on with this.
What the hell? Looks like a freaking battle. Whoa! Welcome to Las Vegas.
But before I tell you what I think is really going on, let's take a look at some of these freak accidents and UFO sightings. I know that some of you believe that chemtrails aren't actually being made by humans. Let's take a look at this. Someone caught an astonishing UFO sighting. This is a bizarre UFO sighting, folks. We have a chemtrailing plane, and then next to the chemtrailing plane, we have these bizarre UFOs making a pattern in the sky. Is it something they're riding? We don't know. Also, we have floods all over. This is in Texas, and in Las Vegas, it seems to be snowing. Is the weather messed up? I guess so. Is this why they're chemtrailing the skies? You tell me. Probably. What does your gut tell you? Tell me, what does your gut... What are your guts telling you? Because this is really important. Leave a comment. Why do you think they're chemtrailing the sky? Now, on this specific video, what we're going to see is... Now we're seeing a shadow being cast on the wrong direction, basically. Now this is the type of thing that makes you wonder what is actually going on, right? Everything that you knew, that I know, is being questioned over here. Why do we have a projection, or why is the shadow being cast on the upper layer of the plane? As you can see here, folks, this is wrong. This is exactly the opposite of what's supposed to be happening, right? The shadow you're seeing here is supposed to be hitting the ground. But as you can see here on this example, this is what I think is happening. The sunlight is reflecting from the ground towards the sky, basically creating a shadow above us. Now, this could only be possible if they have chemtrailed the sky enough for us to be shrouded in sulfuric acid.
Actually spray sulfuric acid in the stratosphere 20 kilometers over our head and use that to stop the planet warming up. And
Now, there are a lot of people out there that believe that geoengineering is actually causing more disasters than saving. For example, we have in Brazil, recently in Rio de Janeiro, a huge storm that caused chaos and forced the military to intervene in the city for the first time since 1988. And the same thing happened in a city in the state of São Paulo just a few days ago. So if this goes on, it's gonna be total chaos in terms of weather. Of course, that if this continues happening, Geostorm, the movie, will actually become reality. And a lot of people have been telling me that this is it. That the so-called event may have begun.
Not a satellite, all of them.
This wasn't a malfunction. It was intentional.
There's potential for catastrophic weather events on a global scale.
Now, of course, by the number of irregular things people are seeing in the sky lately. Chemtrails, HAARP, bizarre rainbows, you name it, two suns, Triple Suns. I mean, there's something going on. There's some sort of event already taking place.
You necromancing nitwits! I wanted an all-seeing eye, not this!
There's also something else happening that reinforces the fact that there is maybe an event going on. Censorship. Why now?
They're trying to avoid. They're saying that the word man is associated with adult men as opposed to just humanity or humans. So they're trying to avoid the word man.
At first, I really thought this was a good movement, like women standing up for themselves. This is necessary, but take a look.
Well, what if you lived in Manchester, Vermont?
Well, they might have to change the name of the city. And Purdue University found that things need to be updated, and they updated their writing guide to take out these words that are...
It seems, folks, that for some reason, they want to ban the word man from the entire vocabulary.
Just to make sure I understand the rule, if something offends somebody, even if you've never met that person personally, you have to change it. So doesn't that mean that a small group of super unhappy people get to control what the rest of us say and think?
Now just stop to think about what's happening exactly right now in terms of social media and freedom of speech. Are you feeling it? Like this small group of unhappy people that don't want us speaking out? Yeah. I mean, like, this is a good movement, folks. I mean, like, standing up for women is a good movement, but this is just too much.
Question for me is, who gets to decide what changes and what doesn't? So, for example, do you think they would have the guts to go to Goldman Sachs in New York and say, change your name now or else?
They probably wouldn't shop there.
But it's already been 1 week since Timothy Cunningham was here, and his brother says that is unusual.
Particularly with him not having his phone, him knowing that Bo is home by himself.
The 35-year-old Morehouse and Harvard graduate is an epidemiologist at the CDC in Chambly. He went to work last Monday, February 12th, but hasn't been seen or heard from since he left that day.
Now, to make things even weirder and a full plate of conspiracy for Planet X lovers, there's a new disease called Disease X. It's one of the 8 potential outbreaks that is supposed to happen in the near future. Now, just after this is announced, this man disappears from out of nowhere. He worked for the CDC. He was responsible for the outbreaks like Ebola, Zika. He was responsible for studying these cases and helping out. He was an important figure in the middle of all this. Why now does he disappear? What did he know? What are these 8 potential outbreaks, and what is Disease X?
Cunningham's car was in his garage. He also left behind a wallet and his cell phone, which Atlanta police are now using for their missing persons case. His family says there were no signs of struggle in the home.
No issues, no problems, no conflict, nothing that's been going on or anything that he had talked about.
No, not that he had spoken out with me, no.
A zombie virus? Is it finally here? The event might have already begun. And it's happening fast, folks. And there's something that they're not telling us about these false alarms that have been happening lately. Also coming in from a subscriber, this is not confirmed yet, I haven't found any information about it, but it's been told to me that there was a power outage in Australia that was not reported on the media. Now this is most likely, the power outage I mean, because of huge storms that have been lurking the region recently. Now, what do you think about all this? Don't forget to leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again.